Hi everyone, so after the 6.0 second half banners, most of you are probably wondering what's coming next. From release dates and banner leaks to a lore-heavy Archon quest, a bold new creative mode, massive rewards, and even teases that could shape the next year of content, 6.1 is looking like one of the most important updates we've had in a while. I've gone through everything, what's confirmed, what's leaked, and what it could all mean for your Primogem plans. Whether you're brand new to Genshin and need some context, or you're a day one veteran hunting for new perspectives, this breakdown's got you covered. So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's dive into every corner of this fiery Nod Krai chapter together. Looking for the best way to recharge in Genshin Impact? Lootbar.gg is the smarter choice. It works exactly like the in-game top-up, but it's way cheaper. New users get 5% off with the link in the pinned comment, and existing users get 3% off. Lootbar also has special deals on crystal packs, including the 6480 bundle, and even an all-in-one package with everything you need. See this? The regular $100 pack only costs $82 on Lootbar. The process is simple and secure. You don't need your password or login. Just enter your UID, pick your server, choose your pack, and your crystals are delivered in seconds. Players around the world trust Lootbar because it's fast, safe, and affordable. So don't waste your money, click the link in the description or pinned comment, and start saving on your top-ups today. Lootbar, safe, fast, and way more affordable. Now let's kick things off with the when, because timing is everything when you're juggling Primogems and Spiral Abyss clears. Hoyoverse has been as reliable as Zhongli's shield with their 42-day patch cycle, and version 6.1 is locked in for October 22nd, 2025. That's just around the corner, so if you're still farming for that last-minute pity, now's the time to hustle before the patch drops. We've also got the special program Livestream scheduled for Friday, October 10th. This isn't just a hype reel, it's our first official window into 6.1's biggest reveals. You should expect character showcases, story snippets, and of course, those all-important redeem codes. We're looking at 3 codes dropping for a total of 300 Primogems, which is enough for a couple of pulls. But here's the catch. They expire fast, usually within 24 hours, so you'll need to redeem them quick. I'll be posting those codes right here on the channel the moment they go live, so you can snag those free wishes without breaking a sweat. One thing worth noting is the Luna naming convention for this patch. It's not just a quirky label. Luna 2 ties directly to the Nod Krai arc, which is wrapping up soon. Once we hit Snezhnaya, Hoyoverse is ditching the Luna system and reverting to standard version numbers like 7.0 and beyond. This is a big deal narratively. It signals that Nod Krai's story is reaching its climax, tying off threads before we plunge into the Fatui's frozen homeland. For longtime players, it's like the shift from Inazuma's 2.x versions to Sumeru's 3.x, a clear marker of a new era. It's a subtle hint that 6.1 might be a turning point, not just for gameplay, but for Tevat's overarching saga. Now, let's get to the banners, because nothing gets the community more hyped than pull planning. Thanks to leaks from HomDGCat, a leaker with a near-flawless track record, we've got a juicy lineup to dissect. Phase 1 of 6.1 introduces Nefer, a brand new 5-star Dendro Catalyst user, paired with a rerun of Furina. If you missed Fontaine's Hydro Archon, this is your chance to add her unmatched versatility to your roster. Furina's ability to juggle buffs and damage is still top tier, making her a must for newbies and a solid pick for veterans who are chasing constellations. Phase 2 then doubles down with reruns for Arlecchino and Zhongli. That's a Fatui Harbinger with Pyro DPS Flare and the Geo Archon's unshakable shields in one go. Whether you're craving Arlecchino's high-octane claw combos or Zhongli's why worry about dodging survivability, this is a banner for building dream teams. The 4-star lineup looks promising too, with Yunjin for boosting normal attack DPS, Rosaria for cryo application and crit buffs, and Lynette for Anemo swirl and crowd control. This spread is a goldmine. New players get access to meta-defining 5 stars, while veterans are already theory-crafting how Nefer's kit is going to shake things up. Let's talk story, because 6.1 is serving a lore banquet that might just eclipse some of the game's heaviest hitters. The Archon quest in this patch is a beast, continuing the main narrative with a cast that reads like a Tevat all-star lineup. We're talking Alhaitham, Arlecchino, Varka, Dainsleif, and Dori all tangled in one explosive plotline. Let's unpack that a bit. Alhaitham and Varka tie us back to Mondstadt's knightly legacy. Varka's been a mythical figure since the game's launch, and seeing him potentially step into the spotlight is huge. Arlecchino brings the Fatui's scheming edge, her harbinger presence dripping with intrigue. Then you've got Dainsleif and Dory pulling us deep into Khaenri'ah's unresolved mysteries, the dragon sovereigns, the abyss, the whole cosmic chessboard. This is the kind of convergence that makes lore fans lose sleep. Reliable leaks suggest we might finally get in-game models for Varka and Dainsleif, which is a payoff years in the making. Think back to how Hoyoverse teased Arlecchino for ages before her debut. This feels like that, but on a grander scale, tying together threads from Mondstadt all the way to Nod Krai. On the gameplay side, the story introduces a new world boss. Picture a shadowy, multi-phase nightmare that drops ascension materials for Nefer. It's not just a loot piñata, it's likely tied to the Archon quest's themes, maybe echoing Nod Krai's lore or the Abyss's creeping influence. For new players, this boss is your ticket to leveling Nefer fast. For veterans, it's another chance to flex your builds and farm efficiently. The patch's main event is a Sumeru-based festival packed with cultural flair and vibrant aesthetics. Think bustling markets, dendro-infused decorations, and mini-games that capture Sumeru's scholarly vibe. The big reward here is a free Kale, marking her third freebie appearance in Genshin's history. For new players, Kale is a fantastic Dendro bow user, great for triggering reactions and easy to build. For those of you who already have her at C6, it's essentially a single pull's worth of stellar jade, which, might sting a bit. Compared to past festivals like Lantern Rite, which sometimes dropped free character selectors or unique gadgets, this one feels a touch underwhelming. Still, it's a nice nod to Sumeru's roots and a solid pickup for newer rosters. One major caveat before we move on: 6.1 has no new map expansion. If you live for cracking open new regions and raking in exploration Primogems, this might feel like a drought. Historically, map skips mean Hoyoverse is redirecting their dev muscle elsewhere, and in this case, it's all going into the patch's headline feature, User-Generated Content, or UGC. This is where 6.1 goes full-on visionary. Hoyoverse is building a creative sandbox inside Genshin. Players will get tools to craft custom maps, quests, and game modes. Think domains, races, or even full-on story chapters, which you can then share via an in-game hub for others to play. It's not just a side mode, it's a whole ecosystem. There's even a unique playable character for UGC, and this is where things get insane. They have access to all 7 elements, a customizable skill and burst, and a dedicated material farming loop. This breaks every rule of Genshin's usual character design. No more being locked to one element like the Traveler. This is a game changer, but it's not without risks. On one hand, UGC could transform Genshin into a social sandbox, letting you build your dream domains or team up for player-made challenges. It's the kind of thing that could keep the game alive for years, especially for creative types. On the other hand, if you're here for the classic Genshin loop of exploring vast landscapes, slaying bosses, and chasing primos, this might feel like a detour. It's a bold gamble, and the community's already split. Will it be a love letter to player creativity, or will it pull focus from the open-world magic that hooked us all? Speaking of primos, let's talk rewards, because 6.1's haul ties heavily into this UGC pivot. The Sumeru Festival gives us that free Kale, as we covered. Imaginarium Theater, the endgame gauntlet, is dishing out cosmetic rewards this time, specifically new photo poses for Hu Tao, Baizhu, Rosaria, and Keqing. These are perfect for players who love snapping aesthetic shots in Teyvat. Think Hu Tao striking a spooky pose or Keqing mid-grapple. The Serenatea pot gets a whimsical new furnishing, a chibi Faruzan riding a mushroom mob like a throwback to Sumeru's quirky side quests. Now let's crunch the Primogem numbers. For a casual clear, you're looking at roughly 9,790 Primogems, about 61 wishes depending on your pity luck. If you're a completionist grinding every corner, you can hit around 11,200 primos or 70 pulls. For Phase 1 alone, expect about 5,930 gems, translating to 37 to 40 wishes. For context, these totals are a touch below average thanks to the missing map. It's not dire, but free-to-play players will want to prioritize the Archon quest, events, and dailies to stretch those pulls. If you're eyeing Nefer or Farina, you'll need to plan carefully, since soft pity starts creeping up around 75 wishes. Lore-wise, 6.1 is dropping crumbs that'll keep theory crafters up at night. Columbina, the mysterious harbinger, gets a proper tease this patch, with hints about her eerie eyes and her role in the Fatui's plans, setting her up for a 5-star drop in 6.3. The Lunar Bloom reaction system introduced in Nod Krai gets some tweaks as well. You've also got standard additions like new name cards, weapons, and maybe a few artifacts to round things out. But the real excitement is the future roadmap. Leaks point to Durin arriving in 6.2 as a Pyro sub-DPS with support mechanics tied to a Memetic Nebulae quest. Columbina's 6.3 debut might come alongside the White Horse Adeptus, a new character linked to Leo mythology and dubbed the Daughter of Time, which sounds poetic and cryptic, just how we like it. Varka's finally slated for 6.4 as an Anemo Claymore user, with debates raging over whether he'll be a standard banner edition or a limited physical DPS. Nouvelette is getting a skin in 6.3 around Lantern Rite, perfect for Liu's festive vibes. Further out, Sandrone whispers point to 6.7, and there's talk of model updates or buffs for older characters like Diluc or Lisa, though nothing's confirmed. So, what do you think? Is Nefer your next main? Are the Farina and Zhongli reruns stealing the show? Does UGC sound like your creative playground, or are you sticking to the open world and abyss? For me, this patch feels like a crossroads. Hoyoverse is betting big on innovation, but it's a tightrope walk. If UGC lands, it could redefine Genshin's longevity. If it flops, we'll still have that killer story to carry us through. I'd love to hear your plans, especially if you're torn between favorites. If this breakdown helped, drop a like, it means the world. Plus, don't forget to subscribe and join our Discord server for more updates. We have an amazing community out there. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.